Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 26. We are on day 10. It is the halfway point. We've had 9 days so far, and after today we've got another 9 days. This is the midway point of the G1 Climax 26, and this is definitely going to be an interesting day. We've got, later on tonight, we've got a couple matches that are shaping up to be really fascinating, including Toru Yano versus Shibata in a rematch from last year's tournament. Of course, we've also got Kenny Omega versus Evil, and your main event tonight, Honma versus Naito. Should be very interesting. That being said, though, we always start the day out with tag team matches, and right now, we've got our first tag team match lined up, Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask, and Captain New Japan, which I think we know who's going to be losing in this match, but taking on Taguchi, Juice Robinson, and David Finlay. So maybe Liger and Tiger Mask's excellence can outdo Captain New Japan's suckitude, and they can handle their business, but what are the odds of that, right, John?
Absolutely.
That being said, we have our New Japan World players set to 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Sometimes they will chop the first 5 minutes of just the New Japan logo off, and you might end up needing to start at 9 minutes and 15 seconds. But either way, if you don't have New Japan World, I would highly recommend checking it out. We are only halfway into this tournament, but now if you want to follow the rest of the tournament, you don't even need to buy 2 months worth of New Japan World. Just fork out a little bit over $8. It's 9.99 yen, and that's what it translates to in USD. And you have the entirety of August with New Japan World, and because you have New Japan World, you can even go back and watch the July days from G1. It's not bad at all. Not a bad deal at all. Pretty great deal, actually, I'd say. Better than WWE Network, even. So that being said, as I said, we're set to 14:15. That's 1415. And we will be hitting play on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And there you see Taguchi, Juice Robinson, and David Finlay doing like a weird little handshake thing, and Tiger Mask in the ring with Taguchi to start things off.
Should be an interesting tag team match because on the one hand, we have Captain New Japan with Liger and Tiger Mask.
And let's be real, Captain New Japan is a perennial loser.
Well, I mean, he certainly hasn't fared well in these tag team matches, but on the other side, we have both Juice Robinson and David Finlay. So Taguchi, who is a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, is teamed now with two young boys. So you have to wonder how that all works out, as here we see in the opening here. Nice arm drag there by Tiger Mask.
Yeah, he got that in deep. Oh, but then there's an arm drag from Taguchi as well.
Taguchi, quite the response. And I got to ask you, partner, as we are now here in the G1 Climax 2016, what match are you most looking forward to today?
Definitely Yano Shibata.
Yeah, I'd have to be right there with you. That's going to be a very, very interesting bout. The question remains if Shibata learned anything from last year. A nice spinning back kick there to the rear of Taguchi.
His favorite weapon, the funky weapon.
The funky weapon, indeed. I don't think I've ever heard a more off-putting nickname when describing somebody's rear than the funky weapon, but I digress.
He's proud of it. He's proud of it.
As he should be. Hey, own that shit. And now...
I think someone's tagging in. It looks like David Finlay's tagging in.
Yeah, David Finlay, I think, wants in this match, and so does Jushin Thunder Liger.
Liger. Here we go. Liger versus Finlay.
Well, this is appropriate. I mean, David Finlay is a young boy, and I think he's about to get schooled in a major way by a Japanese legend in Jushin Thunder Liger.
I wonder how many times David's father got surfboarded by Liger.
Yeah, that's a worthwhile question indeed. And now look at this. In no time at all, David Finlay got caught there. And now Jushin Thunder Liger working the hold.
I think he's actually setting him up for a more traditional surf. No, never mind. He's not. He's going right for the side headlock here, and David Finlay got to find a way out of this. I think he's going to shoot him off the ropes, and he does. There's the shoulder block from Liger, and he kind of taunts Finlay there.
Yeah, with an accompanying finger wag. But nice drop kick there by David Finlay. And I'm still waiting for this young man to put all the pieces together, but for now, is it going to be an uppercut? And it is going to be an uppercut.
It's going to be an uppercut. That's like asking if Cesaro's going to do an uppercut.
That's certainly true. And what a palm strike there it looked like by Liger. And now, partner, could it be?
Yep. Oh, Taguchi's gonna break it up though.
With his rear, no less, rear to face offense by Taguchi to Liger.
Yeah.
Spares David Finlay of the surfboard for the moment. Back to the wrist lock. And now Tiger Mask is certain to get the tag here.
It's definitely not going to be the Captain of New Japan.
Yeah, there you go. And really, how can Captain New Japan even act surprised at this point? Do you not remember what happened last time the three of you got together?
And the time before that.
And the time before
that.
And on and on and on as now Liger gets tagged back in. I do like, though, even though they're working with 2/3 of the team, how Liger and Tiger Mask, the frequent tags, keeping David Finlay away from his corner. He's, closer to the enemy territory, certainly. And now he's really controlling that wrist lock. And now here comes Captain New Japan.
Now Captain New Japan gets his shot. He does a sledge to the arm. What's he going to do here? Punches David Finlay in the head. Nice.
Oh, David Finlay, the reversing the Irish whip.
I love that. Immediately, Captain New Japan gets tagged in, does two things, and then loses.
Exactly. Now look at Juice Robinson. That's a veteran maneuver right there, clearing off the apron of the opposition.
Yeah.
Now
using those bionic elbows to do it as well. And I was gonna say maybe that was a rookie mistake, is getting stopped by Captain New Japan.
I never understand why they stop. Oh, look at that. A throat thrust, like a throat thrust style uppercut, but to the rear of Taguchi. And now Liger and Tiger Mask back in. Juice Robinson here about to get triple teamed.
I think he's gonna get triple teamed, but then Captain New Japan's gonna try and go up for the headbutt and take 30 years to do it.
Exactly. And now could it be the Tiger Bomb? There it is.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, no.
Captain New Japan. Yeah, let's go, people. Get happy. I'm about to. Liger just kicks him. Okay. I'm going. Relax.
It might be better if they held Juice Robinson down, knowing how long Captain New Japan takes.
Yeah, it would definitely help. I don't know if there would be a way for Juice Robinson to counter, but. I love how quickly the tides turned there.
I gotta be honest, of the tag match portion of G1, as we got a victory roll here, and Juice Robinson does kick out, of the tag match portion of G1, I love when those three tag up, because Thunder Liger is great at comedy. Like, just how he emotes his frustration through that mask and his body language is amazing.
Yeah, it definitely is.
He's just like, get your ass on the top rope. I'm not going to say it again.
He literally kicks him.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, look at this.
Switch. No way. Is Juice Robinson going to pick up the pin here? Oh, my God.
Well, but the Liger's right there.
1.
Oh.
2, but he's being restrained. 3 count.
Oh, my God. Juice Robinson pins Captain New Japan.
Captain New Japan is so pathetic. He got pinned by a young boy.
The young lion takes out the vet. What?
Oh my God. That's not even a punchline. Like, just to re-emphasize, people. Not Taguchi. Fucking Juice Robinson, the young boy of the equation, pins Captain New Japan. Even Liger's looking at him like, I don't even want to know you anymore.
He's begging for his forgiveness.
Look at everybody just looking at Captain New Japan. It's finally happening.
Juice Robinson just raised his own hand. That was great.
Dude, I really want to see him in G1 next year. With that kill switch and his physique and everything else, like, I'd enjoy his tournament matches.
Juice Robinson, the former CJ Parker in NXT, the man who grew to be known as the Jobber to the Stars in NXT, defeats Captain New Japan.
Yeah. Things are looking pretty freaking great for Juice right about now. Captain New Japan's still like, oh, my life.
He's so confused. How did that kill switch thing even work?
My shame. How do I live with this? And look, he's extending that. Nobody
wants the handshake from Liger. Oh, adorable.
And they don't even raise his hand.
They just leave him by the wayside. You suck, Captain New Japan.
You know, there's got to be some payoff to this, like having New Japan redeeming himself or something. And there it is. I'm still waiting for them to turn on his ass, though.
He's gonna like randomly pin Okada in a tag match in the finals.
I know, right? Everybody's just gonna look at Captain New Japan and then like, holy shit, you did that? Oh my god, that was fun though. That comedy really put a smile on my face.
Yeah, you're right though. Liger does comedy quite well.
Yeah.
Got a great sense of humor.
He's just like a disappointed dad.
He is.
I'm ashamed.
Funny though, I think he and Captain New Japan are actually similar ages.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Because we know, I mean, isn't Liger over 50 at this point?
Yeah, I think he's 51.
Damn. Yeah, Captain New Japan has to be pushing 50, if not over 50, like Liger.
Yeah, I want to say Captain New Japan is late 40s.
And what tag match do we got next, partner?
Up next, we've got Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Satoshi Kojima, and Manabu Nakanishi versus the Bullet Club, represented by Fale, Tama, Tonga, and Yujiro.
Very interesting. So we got Tenkozy and Nakanishi.
Yeah, there's really nobody in this match that's kind of a bona fide, certifiable, consistent loser like Captain New Japan.
What's funny is that Yujiro Takahashi may finally be getting his just desserts, because Kojima has certainly been on a roll with that Koji lariat in tag matches. And like we said yesterday, Kojima is preparing himself for an ROH World Championship match against Jay Lethal soon. So all of the momentum is in his corner right now.
Yeah, Kojima is on a massive roll. But you know who else is on a massive roll that you kind of mentioned is Takahashi.
So now those two forces collide, and if you're Yujiro Takahashi, you're probably thinking, shit, I didn't get billed for the Captain New Japan match. I've got Kojima, which means I can't do those lax covers after my DDT that make me look all cool. So definitely a rough time. But you want to talk about people bouncing back from rough times. That man right there, Tama Tonga, getting another win on the board yesterday. What an outing against Ishii. I'll tell you, the Stone Pitbull has lost some of his bite this year, it seems like.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, it's worth pointing out is that Koji lariat that we keep on seeing him just destroy people with. See if you can guess who he inherited that lariat from.
I can't imagine, partner.
Well, let's put it this way. Who has been in Japan and has one of the most infamous lariats of all time?
Immediately Stan Hansen, correct?
Bingo.
Damn.
Explains a lot, doesn't it?
It really does. Because I'll tell you, if we could turn back the hands of time and we could restore Kojima's youth and he's still packing that kind of lariat, he'd be a top prospect.
By the
Guaranteed.
way, I just did a little bit of research. Captain New Japan is 34.
What?
I know, right? That's the exact reaction I had.
Wow, okay.
So, in a roundabout way, Liger really is old enough to be his dad.
Just looks at him and he's like, I'm ashamed you were a product of my sperm. I'm sorry.
Sounds like something Vince McMahon would say.
You're so right. He really hates his children, even if he says otherwise.
Well, really, he just hates his son because his son, has a life outside of the wrestling business.
Exactly. How dare you be successful without me, damn it!
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, neither of these two teams will be saying that to one another, whoever picks up the victory. Because now we've got Tenkozy and Nakanishi, the bear of New Japan, as I affectionately call him.
I love that you call him that.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the man.
He's massive.
Yeah, you put some fur on him, and he's going to be like, no, I can't compete in G1 because it's my hibernation period. Freaking unbelievable.
I gotta say, though, as much as you think he's a bear, I see him as more of a bull.
Yeah, that too is an apt description.
Because when I think bear, I think big, bulky, but also hairy men. And Nakanishi has very little hair on his head.
That's true.
And it's not like he's got like a massive bead of chest hair or anything either.
In fact, it's funny because I feel like they give Nakanishi more hair on his head in the graphic of Nakanishi than the actual Nakanishi.
Yeah, they totally do.
Oh, no, here
Oh,
we
and
go.
it's breaking down already. The Bullet Club goes right after the opponents.
Wow, absolutely no decorum in this tag match to start. As Tama Tonga goes after Nakanishi, Bad Luck Fale goes after Tenzan, which I'm guessing that's a preview for Wednesday.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that Fale is taking on Tenzan, so that is a preview for sure.
And now I love how Kojima just comes in and is like, hey, nobody grenades my best friend. And now, oh wow, they actually got it off the double shoulder block. 10
I
toes.
mean, yeah, they're not juniors, man. They're bigger guys. They're not as big as Fale, but they're still both big. Two big guys
Right.
versus one really big guy. The two big guys are going to win every time.
Oh, and now Yujiro Takahashi just getting
Oh,
messed
the
up right
Mongolian from Kojima.
Friendship goals, people. Oh my god, is he going to hit the elbow drop already?
No, he's
No, slingshot. There we go.
slingshot. He hit an elbow drop. It just wasn't the one that we're talking about.
I'll tell you, Tenzan had quite the outing yesterday against Okada. It was a losing effort, but it was quite a competitive bout.
You know, based on everything that we've seen so far in this tournament, I think that the one match that I'd like to see that we're not going to see until maybe if we're lucky. No, we can't even see it then, so we're not going to see for sure. I want to see Marufuji versus Kojima.
Yeah. That would be an interesting bout. Oh, look at Tama Tonga.
The
Breaking up the
aggressiveness. Tama Tonga's opponent on Wednesday, by the way, is actually Goto.
And I gotta ask you, partner, first of all, that's a fascinating matchup to me. And second of all, look, you and I called probably one of Tama Tonga's best matches, his tournament match against Ishii. We saw a cerebral side of Tama Tonga. His ring psychology was on point. You would have thought the kid just got his PhD. Do you think he grew a lot from that match? Do you think we're going to see a different Tama Tonga against Goto on Wednesday?
I think it depends. I think that he had a game plan going in, and it's a game plan that not a lot of other people ever really tried to implement against Ishii, and I think that that's probably a big reason why it worked. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull the same thing out against Goto, because I feel like, you know, Goto doesn't really have any weaknesses.
He really doesn't. I mean, the thing about Goto is he's such a complete performer.
Yeah.
And while this tournament has been rough for him, I mean, yesterday he lost to Tanahashi. Tanahashi now winning 2 tournament matches in a row, really getting out of the slump of the original 0-3.
Do you know what I could see Tama Tonga doing, and I think it might even be a mistake if he does it?
What's that?
Just because the strategy worked against Ishii, I could see him targeting Goto's core again after the way that it worked for him against Ishii.
Right.
Kind of, you know, if it worked the first time, who's to say it won't work again and again and again and again? But I don't know if that's the best strategy against Goto.
And now, I mean, right now the strategy Tama Tonga's employing is certainly working.
Oh, he hit a Mongolian on Kojima.
And Tenzan taking offense to it.
Yeah.
But that only benefits Tama Tonga. Tenzan's got to get back on the apron. And now look at this Kojima now in the enemy corner. And look at the body blows there in the forearm by Tama Tonga.
Tama Tonga is very, very adapted to striking.
And I'll tell you something else, partner. We look at Fale. He too had an outing yesterday. He beat SANADA in an impressive victory. I'll tell you, Bad Luck Fale to me is a guy that can, you know, always be a difference maker when he's focused. And now Kojima moves out of the way, though. Oh, Koji cutter on the big man.
Already?
I'll tell you, partner, Kojima getting off the Koji cutter. I don't know if the Koji lariat could take down Fale, but we're not going to find out just yet because Tenzan just got the tag.
Tenzan is in. He hits a shoulder block on Fale. Overhead chop, overhead. Oh no, I can't tell if those are overhead chops or punches.
I believe those were overhand chops, and now, oh, wait a minute.
There's a Mongolian.
Yeah, no ambiguity about that. Another Mongolian chop, a third Mongolian chop, Fale in the corner. Headbutt there by Tenzan.
He hit a headbutt earlier, too, except it was on the chest. That was on the head.
Yeah, straight on. And guys, if that doesn't satiate your headbutt fix, don't worry. We got Naito versus Hanma tonight.
Yeah,
certainly
plenty
do
of headbutts in that match for sure.
Oh, and look at Tenzan here. I know you said he's a heavyweight partner, but I think this is a bit much.
Yeah, especially because I don't think he's done nearly enough damage to Fale.
Exactly. And now Fale, but look at that falling wheel kick.
Very nice from Tenzan.
Lateral press here, 2, and Fale somewhat powers out. Nicely done there by the underboss. Speaking of the Bullet Club, partner, who do you got for Kenny Omega versus Evil tonight?
I'm definitely going to be picking Kenny Omega in that match.
I gotta tell you, I mean, again, I'm just feeling really big on Kenny Omega right now ever since that Elgin match. I'll definitely be rooting for him against Evil. And, oh, wait a minute, here, Tama Tonga and Nakanishi. And, oh, look at Nakanishi, the forearms. Man, just rocking Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I certainly wouldn't want to be hit by a Nakanishi partner. And, oh, my God, the power. Look at that.
He's not letting go.
Yeah, Tama Tonga, nighty-night. Oh, he actually got it. I didn't know if Tama Tonga was going to dug, but yeah, I guess me saying nighty-night was apropos. Tama Tonga getting hit in there. Oh, boy.
I think he's calling for this lariat now.
Winding it up. Kojima getting into it. Look at him. He's like, hit him, yeah. And oh, he got it.
He goes for the pin here. 1, 2, and Tama Tonga kicks out. That actually didn't even seem like it was much of a struggle at all for Tama Tonga, did it?
Yeah, I commend Tama Tonga for kicking out on his own merits. You know, nobody in the Bullet Club needed to break up that pin. No, Nakanishi likes to employ the torture rack. Either way, Tama Tonga had it scouted.
I thought he was going to go for that Olympic slam.
Oh, and then the spear by Nakanishi.
That was like
that could require a breakup, and they provide.
That was a cool spear. It was like a moose-style rolling spear, you know?
Yeah, Nakanishi. I don't remember even him, like, employing a spear last year. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the flapjack cutter combo there. And now the Mongolian chop there to Fale. Oh, no, Bullet Club looking a little rough here, partner.
Bullet Club is not having a good time right now, but again, I can't emphasize enough, there are no obvious losers in this match.
Certainly not. And now could be, Tama Tonga looked like he was running for the gun stun. And now, it's going to be the torture rack. Tama Tonga again, though, trying to fight out of it. Does he? No, yes, he does. He does.
Oh, but he has him by the throat.
Oh,
misses again.
Gun stun, and he got it.
Yeah, that's going to be it. Kojima's trying to get in the ring, but he's being held. 1, 2, 3, that's it.
Wow.
Nakanishi goes down.
And Tama Tonga now, if you notice, partner, in a little bit of a groove here. Pins Ishii yesterday, pins Nakanishi today.
And if you'll notice, John, Takahashi and Kojima were both in this match, but neither one of them picked up a win.
So their momentum was preserved.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, Yujiro Takahashi's was a little bit further being on the winning team, but you're right. I mean, neither one of them were a part of the decision. Nakanishi eating that gun stun. I'll tell you, Tama Tonga doing Carl Anderson justice.
Yeah, absolutely. Tama Tonga did a great gun stun there, and it almost makes you wonder if Carl Anderson might have talked with Tama Tonga and told him, look, man, I'm not going to be able to use the gun stun where I'm going, so you can have it.
That would be amazing if that ended up being the case. And Tama Tonga, I keep saying it, he grows by leaps and bounds every time we see him. We may very well be looking at a future IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and more generally, I know we are looking at a true star in this industry in Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
I think he's got all the tools, and you know, you see a lot of guys come and go that have all the tools. The true standouts are the ones that are able to put them all together. And whether Tama Tonga can or not remains to be seen. But tonight, he picks up the win, pinning Nakanishi after the gun stun.
And Tama Tonga is only 33 years old, so he's definitely not old.
Certainly not.
He's older than Okada, but he's a lot younger than Tanahashi, that's for sure.
And Kenny Omega has to be looking at that and saying, well, now it's on me. Now it's on me today to take the fight to Evil, get the win, and continue my further escalation up the board. So
do you
we'll
think
see.
the Bullet Club will go undefeated today?
I believe in Kenny Omega, so I'm going to say yes to your question.
I agree. Our next tag team match, though, involves another faction that you and I have grown quite fond of. Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Freaking love these guys.
We're going to get SANADA and BUSHI teaming up to take on the team of Marufuji and Goto. Very interesting team there.
I definitely have to give the edge to Marufuji and Goto, partner.
What
about you?
100%, yeah. We've seen the dominance of former G1 competitors in these tag matches. Imagine how dominant the current G1 competitors are going to be.
Oh, you're certainly right. And I got to ask you, partner, field another question your way. If you're Marufuji, and you know yesterday you did everybody, in your block a huge service by ending Makabe's streak. Makabe now sitting at 4-1. I mean, what does that do for your confidence, knowing that you defeated a previously undefeated competitor?
Yeah, that's got to do a ton for your confidence, but I think that Marufuji, being the near 2-decade vet that he is, I don't think that it's going to go to his head. I think that he sees it as taking care of business. Maybe he had a little extra to drink, a little extra sake to drink last night, but I don't think that it's going to get to his head. I think that he is a pro. I think he is a consummate professional. I think he understands that even though he beat an undefeated man, maybe if the matches were rearranged in a different order, Makabe wouldn't have been undefeated when he beat him. You never know.
Right. And now we see Goto coming out. Goto, I'll tell you something about this man, folks. He's somebody, and he's one of the few in New Japan that I could say I always feel like he's about to break out, but he hasn't quite yet. And this tournament's been a little rough to him. And, certainly now he's got to follow Tama Tonga. They've got a match on Wednesday. It's funny that Tama Tonga picks up the winning pin, and then his G1 Climax tournament opponent for Wednesday, he has the tag match immediately after.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Goto can send his own message. Because here's the thing, partner, and you and I learned it, and we've known it since the days of Carl Anderson. The brilliance of the gun stun is that you can hit it on anybody, and that's why I like that Goto adapted his game, because the GTR can be hit on anybody. And so, you got two guys really at the top of their game right now going to go head-to-head.
Yeah, and it's worth noting Marufuji will be facing SANADA on Wednesday.
That's going to be an intriguing matchup. Who do you got in that one?
Ooh, that's a really tough one to pick for me. You know what? I'm going to say SANADA. I believe in Marufuji, but I think SANADA hasn't shown us everything he can do yet.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, partner. And that is what we're going to be previewing here, because Bushi and SANADA will be the opposition to Goto and Marufuji. And SANADA may be able to send a message. I mean, we know that Los Ingobernables de Japón, they like to take liberties with the rules. When a match is over, they don't necessarily hear the bell. They just in their own minds.
Oh, they hear it. They just ignore it.
Exactly. In their minds, the match ends when they say it ends. And I could very easily see SANADA cranking on that skull end on Marufuji, trying to incapacitate him before Wednesday. So, Marufuji better watch himself.
Definitely.
And I'll tell you, partner, we've been doing this now several days in the tournament, like you said, halfway. We're just inching ever closer to the finals. Who's been the real standout? Particularly in this block, because this is the block we're covering today. I believe this is the B block, correct?
Well, it depends on what you're referring to. Are you talking about
tournament matches? So
the tournament matches, the matches that are happening later today?
Yes.
Yeah, that is B block. And to me, the standouts, we've already kind of talked about it. Kenny Omega is a big one. Shibata is just brilliant. Naito is the king of the world right now. There's no denying that. Nakajima has been a revelation, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And the other person that I really want to give some credit to is Evil, because he is somebody that I was really kind of apathetic towards when he was in Ring of Honor, when it was just Takake Watanabe. But when he joined Los Ingobernables de Japón, embraced his inner darkness, and became evil, he's gotten so good.
Interesting that SANADA didn't make the cut on your list. Is it that he did?
Well, that's because SANADA's not in the B block. He's in the A block.
Oh, that is true. But in the A block, would you count him among the kind of breakouts?
Well, in the A block, absolutely. And the A block has been great. SANADA's been great. Tama Tonga. I love Goto. I think that Marufuji is freaking brilliant, and I'm so glad that he's getting this opportunity.
Absolutely. Again, for those of you that follow TwitWow and our coverage of all sorts of content, we did the Lucha Libre World Cup for the second straight year, and Marufuji was on one of the teams, but he seemed to get very little ring time, much to my partner here, his chagrin. And so when it was announced that Marufuji would be in the tournament, that was a huge deal for both of us. Him because he's a fan of Marufuji's work, me because I was unfamiliar, and now I can no longer say that, much to my delight. Yeah. As now Los Ingobernables de Japón already picking these guys apart. Marufuji, though, bat right to the gut there by SANADA. And now look at that, just taking him. Oh, guy's going to take him to the crowd. That is not where you want to be. Clubby blow to the back there.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be out there if you are going against Los Ingobernables de Japón, because they are not afraid to break the rules, and if you're outside that far, the ref can't enforce anything.
Exactly, and that's why he just blatantly used a chair right to the side, again, that midsection area of Marufuji, and this is so smart by Los Ingobernables de Japón. If you notice, Goto is down, so even if Marufuji, in the unlikely event that he's able to mount offense despite being in such incredible pain, he's not able to make a tag. He's by himself, and now Goto, it seems like he's about to get back on the apron. But, I mean, Los Ingobernables de Japón, and we've talked about this partner, they're so great at cutting the ring in half, utilizing their atmosphere to the fullest possible potential, and now Bushi gets a tag again. And I mean, look at that. I love how they weaponize everything. It's a shirt. You wear it. You promote yourself. And Bushi's like, well, I'm done promoting myself. Time to choke somebody out. And now he's just choking Marufuji with the shirt here.
And you know what, though? I will give credit to the New Japan refs. When they see something illegal going down, they don't go 1, 2. They go 1, 2, 3, 4. Get off of him.
Exactly. And I will say, too, you know, these refs, and I mean it as a compliment, they're even-tempered. And what I mean by that is they do have enforcement like what you just spoke of. But at the same time, they're not willing to throw a match out for just anything. Oh, God.
SANADA, I'm glad you're wearing a shirt, because that means you're not going to get busted open at least, even though you'll probably be black and blue by Wednesday.
Exactly. And another shot there by Marufuji. And SANADA looking annoyed. And I'd be annoyed, too, if something was stinging me that bad. An uppercut there by SANADA really rocked Marufuji.
Yeah, it did. That knocked Marufuji not only away and take him off the chops, but that basically gave SANADA the advantage in this match. And look at him. He's avoiding everything.
SANADA, I'll tell you, what a
and
prospect.
The cartwheel and the drop kick.
But can we just talk about for a second SANADA's quickness in that sequence? Unbelievable.
Yeah, the fact that he could keep up with Marufuji was huge.
And then that could pay dividends come Wednesday. And now Bushi in there. Oh, but Goto reversing the Irish whip. Bushi in the corner. Corner lariat there by Goto. SANADA on the opposite side. Spinning heel kick there by Goto.
Yeah. Oh, backdrop driver.
Hooks the leg. 2 hooks both, and SANADA kicks out. Nice pin attempt there by Goto.
Goto's opponent Wednesday's Tonga.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, is he going to be able to send a message to Tonga, who got the winning pin in his tag team bout that preceded this? SANADA vaults over. Vaults back.
Drop kick. There it
is.
That's a great sequence by SANADA, and that has been absolute money for him in this tournament.
SANADA, much like Tonga, is a prospect that if everything comes together, he's going to be a tour de force in this industry. Hell, some would argue that he already is. Windmill dropkick there by Bushi.
I mean, yeah, we already talked about how Tonga is, I believe it was 33. SANADA's only 28.
Oh, my God. I mean, huge upside at that age with everything that SANADA's already done. Nice enziguri there and dropkick to the knee there of Goto by Bushi. And another, that was like a single leg dropkick it looked like, and then just takes Marufuji off the apron. I'll tell you, Goto and SANADA haven't been the most successful pair of the Los Ingobernables de Japón faction. But I think they're looking to silence a lot of dissenters here tonight.
Bushi, 33 years old, since we're talking ages right now.
Very nice. Oh, long blower there to Goto. Look at that. And Marufuji, though, right there. See, that was the problem with that pin. It was too close to enemy territory for Bushi.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute here. Bushi could be thinking about. Now look at that, though. Marufuji disposing of SANADA. His back went into the guardrail there. I'm thinking Goto's going to move out of the way, and a GTR could be in Bushi's future. He did move out of the way.
Yep. Oh, and there you see. Oh, but here, look at this. SANADA going after Marufuji.
Very nice.
SANADA and Bushi both actually getting the better of their men. Oh, but look at this. Both men followed through and then came back with lariats. That was great.
Beautifully done. And now Goto may be looking to end it here. Could it be the Ushigoroshi?
It looks like it. I think that Marufuji just did a suicide dive on SANADA, and there's an Ushigoroshi on Bushi. He's going to pick him back up. He wants
not
the
even
GTR.
bothering with the pin.
Yeah, he's finishing this with the GTR.
Bam! Could that be Tonga on Wednesday? 3 count.
Indeed.
Both men Tama Tonga and Goto in their tag team matches, winning the tag team matches with their finishers. Tama Tonga pinning Nakanishi with the gun stun. Goto pinning Bushi with the GTR. Who's going to prevail on Wednesday?
It's interesting that both of the men who will be facing each other on Wednesday picked up wins for their respective teams, like you said. It almost makes you wonder if maybe Goto was paying attention to the Bullet Club match and he said, well, anything you can do, I can do better.
Exactly. Goto is a proud man. He's a man that, like I said, I think he's really just right there, ready to break out into that next level, that IWGP Heavyweight Championship conversation. And Tama Tonga stands in his way right now in the form of another win. Can Goto seize it? That remains to be seen. But what a victory here by the very impressive tandem of Goto and Marufuji. Partner, thoughts on that match?
On which match?
On the match we just got done watching here.
Oh, yeah. I think Marufuji did a great job of keeping SANADA out of the ring while Goto handled Bushi. I mean, we kind of knew coming into this there was one team that had two G1 competitors in it, and the other team had a G1 competitor and a junior in it. And it's kind of, anytime juniors get in there with G1 competitors, it feels like they're a little bit in over their heads.
Right. And I'll tell you, Marufuji now high-fiving the fans. And that is where we are at currently with this tag team match. Marufuji, very impressive.
I think that what's great about New Japan is that they do have weight classes, and they have weight classes for a reason. And when you are competing against performers that are in a weight class above yours, it's really difficult to keep up with them.
Oh, I certainly agree with you there. As I guess we roll on to another tag team match. What do we got on tap here, partner?
Yeah, our final tag team match of the night tonight is going to be Tanahashi, Makabe, and Kushida versus Okada, Ishii, and Goto.
Very interesting. As
I hope you know what this means.
That Makabe is facing Ishii?
No, that Makabe is facing Okada and Tanahashi is facing Ishii.
Ooh, two very fascinating matchups for Wednesday. I gotta ask you, partner, while entrances are being made, we see Ishii and Okada coming out first. Do you think that Makabe is going to be able to get his mind right? I mean, he's 4-1, but honestly, the only thing that could cure losing, in a tournament as significant as this, is if you beat the world champion, because as we've talked about, there is precedent from last year, and I'm sure years prior to that, but we've only been covering G1 Climax for 2 years. If you pin the world champion in a tournament match, even if you don't win your blog, even if you don't win the tournament, you are going to be owed an IWGP Heavyweight Championship match. So Makabe, even with the loss, he's probably looking at this as the most important tournament match on his schedule.
Without a doubt, yeah. I mean, you've got an opportunity here, and even if you don't win your block, you beat Okada and you still get a world title match. It just won't be at Wrestle Kingdom 11.
Exactly, and hell, if you can beat Okada in that world title match, you could still headline Wrestle Kingdom 11.
That's true. That's a great point, John. I never even thought of that, but you are 100% right. And it's worth noting, too, the only man that's been able to beat Okada so far has been Marufuji.
Right. So Marufuji's got to be thinking, hey, regardless how the rest of my tournament experience goes, I pinned the champion, and I'm going to remind New Japan of that fact. But my question to you, partner, comes down to this, and then we'll talk about Tanahashi Ishii, because I'm also intrigued by that match. Do you think Makabe has it in him to beat the world champion? Do you think he'll get it done on Wednesday?
I think that Okada might be getting a little bit too arrogant for his own good. I think that it's definitely possible for Makabe to take advantage of that, yeah.
And you know what's so fascinating about that match, too? It's the meeting of the 4-1 records.
Yeah.
So somebody is guaranteed to be 5-1 at the end of that match, which is just a stellar record to have in this tournament.
Yeah, and then whoever wins that match, too, I'll add, has not only a one-match advantage over their opponent, but a two-match advantage, because even if they lose on a day that their opponent wins, they still beat their opponent, so they still would win the block in that scenario.
That's an excellent point, partner. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I know you were on point last year when we talked about certain tournament combinations and probabilities. And great to see, you bring that to the table this year, because it's certainly needed with the way the brackets are shaking out.
Can I ask you a question, John? Since I feel like you are interviewing me half the time, let me ask you a question.
Certainly, partner.
Do you think Tanahashi's going to lose a single match for the rest of this tournament? Because I don't.
I'm starting to think not, but let me tell you something. If anybody can pump the brakes of Tanahashi's momentum, it is Ishii. Make no mistake, folks. I mean, Ishii this year has been a bit more underwhelming than last year, and I only say that with the confidence that I do because I'm here and he's there and he can't kill me. But you're talking about a dominant performer in Ishii. And Tanahashi, look, he's a legend as far as I'm concerned in New Japan, but I think Ishii could stop that momentum. But who am I picking? I have to agree with you. I don't think Tanahashi's momentum is over, so I'm going to pick Tanahashi, but I would not be surprised at all by an Ishii victory.
At the beginning of this tournament, before we even saw a single match, I said Tanahashi was going to win his block. And you know what? I'm standing by that. I think he's going to win every match for the rest of this tournament. And the fact that he's going to be facing Makabe and Okada later on in this tournament means that if he beats both of them, they would all three have the same record, even if Makabe and Okada win every other match in their block. And then that would mean Tanahashi would win the block.
Well, keep in mind, Tanahashi and Makabe have already faced off, and Makabe won that match.
Oh, that's right. That's definitely a wrench in my plans.
So, but Tanahashi will be facing Okada, and you gotta imagine that both men know that, and that's weighing on their minds as Goto now, starting with Kushida. Interesting opportunity for Goto. I mean, I always say it with Bushi. It's only fair that I say it about Goto. He's in there with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. If he was able to potentially get the winning pinfall for his team, which is highly doubtful, I recognize that, but if he could certainly get him in the conversation for an IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match.
Yeah, I mean, Goto was in the Best of Super Juniors tournament this year, and he lost every match except for the one he had against Bushi.
Right. Oh, look at that. Just straight shot there to Kushida's face. And now Ishii gets a tag. So, partner, I mean, between the two huge matches we've got on Wednesday, Ishii versus Tanahashi, and Okada versus Makabe. And I'll tell you right now, I think I'm more looking forward to that match because I'm still intrigued by Makabe despite his recent loss to Marufuji. What match are you more looking forward to between those two?
I think I agree with you. I think Makabe Okada is a little bit more intriguing. I think, you know what, just based on match quality, I think Tanahashi and Ishii will be better, but I think that Makabe Okada has more interesting repercussions.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. As Ishii there eats the shoulder block, invites Tanahashi to try again. And now Tanahashi.
Arm drag.
Drop kick. A nice arm drag there. And another drop kick.
And posing for the crowd.
As only he can.
Ultimate Tanahashi.
And now look at that. I thought he was going to take Ishii in the corner, but he's going to scoop slam him, and we know what comes after this. Yep.
Tope Atomico.
Yeah. Oh, and a shot to the gut there by Ishii, and now, wait a minute here.
Oh, you know what, though? Look at this. Tanahashi handling his business.
Definitely. And now look at that. Ishii reversing the Irish whip. What a power slam there by the Pitbull.
Yeah, and Okada and Goto getting in the ring, clearing the opposite apron.
I'll tell you, Ishii, him, Goto, there are so many guys that I just look at that could be IWGP Heavyweight Champion, that could be at that level.
Would you put Makabe in that group?
I would put Makabe in that group. I mean, haven't you even told me that he's been there before, much to my shock. So, I mean, he could certainly be there again. But Ishii and Goto, from my understanding, have never been IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And those are two guys that I could see run with that belt, I mean, the moment they're given an opportunity. And now Okada in there.
Or Makabe used to be a very technical wrestler.
Right.
He hasn't always been this sort of, unchained gorilla, I guess is
right.
Describe it. That's his nickname.
And now look at that Okada back body drop there. And I'll tell you, I mean, partner, we look at the state of world champions in wrestling. I mean, you've got Dean Ambrose on the WWE side. Raw is going to be getting a new champion. Matanza and Lucha Underground. I mean, great champions all around. Zack Sabre Jr. and PWG. But, I mean, Okada, to me, is one of the best of the bunch. I just think the world of the man. I think he's just a quality performer. As now Goto working over the arm of Tanahashi. And I really think Okada is going to be bringing his A-game to Makabe on Wednesday, and certainly to Tanahashi when they meet down the road, as Okada now getting the tag back in. And now, there's the Tope Atomico right there to Tanahashi. And I'll tell you, I mean, how do you feel about Okada as world champion presently with this present reign? Because we know he had to fight Naito for it, and now he's in this tournament. I mean, what are you thinking about this reign thus far for Okada?
Well, he's only had it for a little over a month, but it kind of feels like we've been here before, because wasn't he champion during last year's tournament as well?
That's correct.
Yeah, so maybe Dominion is just Okada's pay-per-view.
Maybe.
Because that's when he won the title last year as well. He had it going into G1.
And now look, try to go for the boot. Tanahashi. Oh, this could be bad. Dragon screw.
Never good. Never good to be the victim of a dragon screw.
Certainly not, especially a Tanahashi dragon screw. And Okada knows that better than most. And Makabe, the Unchained Gorilla. A preview for Wednesday. Shoulder block. Shoulder block to Ishii. Just straight up punches Goto in the face. Makabe is feeling it, partner. Corner lariat.
Big lariat. And now, 10 count punches. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now he wants that Northern Lights. He's got it.
There it is.
1, 2, and of course Okada kicks out. It's a Northern Lights suplex. Come on, Makabe.
Oh, now Makabe, though, look at this. Stalking his opponent here. Waist lock. Oh, Okada escaping. Oh, what a lariat, though. 2. Okada kicks out. And I was just kind of wondering to myself, partner, how is Okada going to respond if he gets taken to the corner by Makabe on Wednesday?
Hopefully he doesn't allow that to happen.
I mean, Marufuji didn't allow it to happen.
Oh, my. Let's not forget Makabe and Ishii have a massive rivalry, and they are in the same block, so they will be facing each other.
That's true, but could Makabe...
Look at this. Okada, reverse neck breaker on Makabe.
Wow.
And then Goto just pokes Kushida's eyes. That's mean.
And since Makabe and Ishii are in the same block, you bring up another interesting point as far as Okada's concerned. Not only will he be facing Makabe on Wednesday, not only will he be facing Tanahashi down the road, Makabe will also be facing Ishii by that logic. Isn't that correct?
That is correct, yes.
So a huge opportunity for Ishii, and I think he faced it.
I think he's going to call for the Rainmaker. Yes.
We'll see how Makabe responds. Could it be the Rainmaker here? It's very rare that G1 Climax opponents pin each other. And ducks.
Forearm. Double flip bird.
Boot by Okada. Ducks the lariat. But again with the free arm, the other arm. Makabe hits it. Okada is rocked here. And now, who do you... Well, I guess Geto's the only body to tag, partner. I was going to ask who do you tag.
It's a mistake. Goto and Kushida. You know what, though? Like you said, if Goto can get a pin on Kushida, he'd become a #1 contender for that junior heavyweight championship.
Certainly, it would be such a great opportunity for Goto and certainly Chaos as a whole.
The Gamangiri there, though, from Kushida. I think... he dropped him into an inverted atomic drop.
Goto can't waste this opportunity here. Super kick to the face. Stacks on a 2.
Only a 2 count on the champ.
He hooked that leg deep.
Yeah, you could tell he wants it.
Goto, though, wasn't able to get it done.
He might as well be treating this little one-on-one exchange in this tag match like it is a junior heavyweight championship match at this point.
I completely agree with you there, partner. Look at that. Kushida checks the arm.
The forearm. Forearm. And the chop. Almost like a throat thrust there. And the punch from Kushida.
Wow, and it rocks Goto. Look at him. He's discombobulated, to say the least.
But it even hurt Kushida's fist. But look at this. Into the Kimura. That's going to be it. He is really cranking on
but look at Ishii. Breaks it up.
Ishii with the headbutt. Another dragon screw. No, he didn't let Tanahashi get it off. Sling blade, though.
This tag match is breaking down here.
Big boot to Tanahashi. A big boot to Makabe. Clubs him over the back. Makabe is in trouble here. No, he's not. He's going to double lariat him. Yes, breaks through, and the double lariat.
And there it is, and Goto and Kushida are still legal.
And Makabe telling Kushida to pin Goto right now. I think Kushida's much more, he wants to do his own thing. He wants to be able to win this match with his own offense.
And the moonsault.
That's it. Goes for the pin. He's going to try right
2.
in. Wow, he didn't need to. I think that if he would have only gotten a 2 count there, he would have immediately transitioned into the Kimura, but he got the 3 count off the moonsault.
I have to agree, and Goto writhing in pain there from the moonsault. And Kushida picking up the W for his team. Tanahashi yeah, good work.
Right now are Ishii and Okada.
And I'll tell you, Ishii having a stare down with Tanahashi, that's a match where emotionally I'll be rooting for Ishii because I love me some Stone Pitbull. But Tanahashi's been on such a roll lately at two-tournament match winning streak, I should say. And Ishii now sending a message saying, hey, you're only going to have to deal with me on Wednesday and I'm no pushover. And then Makabe and Okada. Can Mr. 4-1 pull it off? Can he beat the world champion and get himself in the title hunt one way or the other?
We will find that out on Wednesday. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that was the final of our tag matches. That means we're about to go into intermission, which also means that is going to be the end of this recording session. We will be back for our first match of this G1 Day 10 singles B block matches. We've got Yoshihashi versus Katsuhiko Nakajima. Stay tuned.